Hi YouTube, it's your girl SEMOUR.AMOUR. Man, I'm excited to make this video because it's a request. I finally got some people, a girl, honestly, a viewer. She asked me to make a video with 4 things that I'm gonna go over today. We're gonna go over the 2 mile. She wanted to know how it was like getting my period and stuff. She wanted to know what the bed situation was like. Does she have to make it every morning? The CADM, which is the shooting range experience, and then just what to pack for BMT. So first off, we're gonna start with the 2 mile run. When I graduated BMT, I graduated July 2nd. I did not have to complete the 2 mile run. I only did the 1.5 for my PT test. Personally, it was a challenge. It was a challenge because we don't run enough in BMT, like especially in the squadron I was in. It just seemed like we only ran on run days, and that was like once, twice a week. And I feel like if you go from not running at all before basic training to only running twice a week and you have to run a fast 1.5 mile, it's just not enough practice to really get faster. However, I will say that I did see significant improvement with just running twice a week. So I will say start running now. BMT will assist you and you'll be set. You'll be set. If you're concerned about passing your PT test, control the controllables. If you know you're not gonna get good on your run, start doing them push-ups and sit-ups so that you can get the maximum amount of points in those areas, and then your run won't have to count as much. So that's what I'll say on that. Thank God. How was getting my period? All right. I was on my period when I arrived at BMT, like day 1, day 0, night 0, whatever you want to call it. I was already on my period and I was already coming off. And so obviously there's restrooms available. I was able to, have my sanitary napkins on me when I first got there. But surprisingly, you're under so much stress that I didn't get my period again. And like many others, you're under so much stress that your body does not keep up with the period. I know many girls who did not get their period the entire time, the whole 7.5 weeks, again, just due to the body changes. But you are allowed to keep sanitary napkins on you. There's multiple opportunities to go to the bathroom, change yourself. Like, you're never just gonna be like too far from a restroom where you can't take care of yourself. So if you're worried about getting your period, I will say, you'll be able to change as often as need be. Getting medication on your period is not as easy as just bringing it, showing up to BMT with it. No, you have to go get it issued to you through the clinic. And I would just say be careful with telling them how painful your periods are, because that can exclude you from military service. So if you go in there telling them, oh, I can't work without this medicine, next thing you know, you LES'd. Please do not go in there making it seem like you need this medication. If they're gonna ask, not even if, but when they ask, can you work on your period? Does this exclude you from showing up to work any part of your period? You say no, I'm good. It just helps a little bit. And then they'll issue to you and you won't have to worry about getting medically discharged for painful periods, okay? She wanted to know about the bed situation. I guess word on the street is that some people have to make their bed every morning and the MTIs are stripping the beds and all of that. I'm gonna say word on the street is true. Some MTIs will make you make your bed from start to finish, hospital corners on everything, every single morning. However, that was not my experience. I was able to sleep on top of my sheets, and I pretty much only made that top blanket every time. Like our MTI was not making us strip the beds every morning. I think the mattresses were blue, and some MTIs would be like, I need to see blue in the morning, and then y'all start over. It's just up to your MTI. So be prepared. I learned hospital corners pretty fast. I had never did a hospital corner before BMT. And once I got there, I did my first hospital corner. I sucked. But by like the 3rd, 4th time doing hospital corners, I got good and I got faster. So I wouldn't say stress about it. Practice if you like to. Obviously that wouldn't hurt. but don't stress it. Next is the shooting range, which they call CADM there. CADM was a great experience for me. I really enjoyed CADM. I had only been to the shooting range once as a civilian, and I liked it then. And this was a very much more in-depth experience because we had to take apart the weapon, put it together. We learned basic aiming. We learned reloading, okay, and then we're also handling a semi-automatic. So it was a learning experience, and then having the hands-on portion was the most fun, obviously, because it was somewhat of a challenge for me to like work on my breathing techniques in order to get, you know, hit the target accurately. So that was one thing I really enjoyed. And then two, the instructors there were very much more calmer than the MTIs, which I thought was ironic because you really wouldn't want nobody screaming in your face, making you angry while they're holding a loaded weapon. So expect a night and day experience from the MTIs there because they know that you're handling a loaded weapon and they're not trying to tick nobody off and get shot at. So you're gonna notice how sweet they are, how kind they are, how helpful they are. You'll notice that. You'll definitely need more experience after CADM. Like, it's not a one-off. Like, I left feeling like, damn, I really need to work on my shooting. Okay, only a few people made marksmen, and it was people that never shot a weapon in their life. Me, however, like I did, but I did not make marksman, not even close to it. But just listen to your instructors. You're gonna packing list. The BMT packing list, honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna go over it in this video just because I already have a video up on my TikTok about it. I think I can put the link here. I will say in this video is BMT gives you everything you need. Everything you need. However, if you have some things that you know you don't want to go without, things that are necessary for your skincare routine, or maybe products that you know you need for your body. For example, if you have sensitive skin and you don't want to just take any soap that they issue, you want your soap that you know works for your skin, bring it. But BMT will give you deodorant, they'll give you soap, they'll give you toothpaste, they'll give you toothbrush, they'll give you everything you need. They'll give you a rag, they'll give you a towel. So I would say if you genuinely want to pack light, BMT will give you it. I was surprised at the products that they issued us. I actually end up liking. As someone with sensitive skin, the soap actually did not irritate my skin. I like the toothbrush. I like the toothbrush holder. I ended up not using the deodorant because it was like male scented, like it was giving bod. And you know, I like to smell like a little floral. So I used the deodorant that I brought. Your recruiter will probably tell you to bring some extra stuff like civilian clothes and all of that. Up to you. I would say, had I brought those civilian clothes, they only would have benefited me here at tech school. I wouldn't have had to get to tech school and have no civilian clothes. But in BMT, you really don't need too many civilian clothes. So I'm not sure why some recruiters were telling certain trainees to bring more clothes than necessary because they didn't use them at all during BMT. So I think that's all we really went over. I would love for y'all to ask some more questions so that I can answer those because I'm ready. I'm ready to assist y'all in this journey because I want to see all my fellow airmen fly, fight, and win. Hey. All right, but that's it, y'all. I'm out. Guys, y'all see the girl in uniform? Hey. All right, let me stop for real.